Hello everyone and welcome to this webinar. Thank you everyone for signing up. My name is Alexander Taraldsen. With me is Arne Kristoffer Nordborg. I'm the product manager of GeoCloud and Arne Kristoffer is working as a global business development manager. We hope you are all doing well despite the circumstances we are in. The circumstances has made us even more on point with trying to provide some information about the solutions that we have in Segal for COVID-19, and we have decided to run a series of webinars on the different products that we have in the company. The format of the presentation is approximately 30 minutes. We will try to keep to that time. The recording will be sent out 24 hours after the webinar, and it will also be available on our YouTube channel. Q&A is in the end of the session, so feel free to just ask questions and we'll revert back to you at the end of the session. So we'll start with just a few slides on Segal's story. Segal was founded in the year 2000, and we have evolved over those 20 years into a specialist in cloud and software for oil and gas. We have grown both organically and inorganically over the times. At the right-hand side of the slide, we can see some key moments of our history. And you can see here both the acquisition parts and also some of the key moments where that has driven our growth. Today we have a presence globally. We are in all the different major oil hubs. So we are from Kuala Lumpur and over to Calgary as well in Canada and all of the different oil hubs Segal has presence. The Center of Excellence for GeoCloud, which is what we are going to talk about today, is in Stavanger. However, the delivery of GeoCloud is global. Our portfolio of products and services are threefolded. We have solutions for all phases of the value chain, as we can see in the bottom of this slide. GeoCloud on the left-hand side is the E&P cloud solution for digitalization and collaboration. It's Segal's largest product and holds large market shares within exploration and production in the oil and gas industry. We also create unique software for G&G and also data management. And we are the biggest contributor on the Ocean Store, which we also are proud of. When we talk consultancy in the middle, we do consultancy in a wide range of areas. We do IT consultancy, we do G&G consultancy, and all the way to business consultancy, as we also had a webinar on yesterday. So if you didn't catch my colleagues yesterday talking about business consultancy, that is something you can find on Segal's YouTube channel right now. There are some key challenges across the industry. That is the foundation of GeoCloud. Segal's focus towards the oil and gas and energy sector has made us able to create products that are founded and based upon these common challenges in the industry. So many of you who are working either with IT or in the E&P business, you know that the link between E&P and IT can be quite hard, and that is the space Segal operates in, as we have both expertise in geology and geophysics, and as well as on the IT side. We actually saw the challenge with the link even in our own company when we did the merger between Segal and Blueback Reservoir. the approach to IT for a geologist is obviously vastly different from an IT expert. We know in the company that IT and IT trends are important, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is the experience of the value generators, which are the geoscientists. Digitalization is also important. We all see and read articles and blogs daily on the topic, what it is, what it means, how you can benefit from it, and how you can start on your digitalization journey in your company. GeoCloud is what we call a digitalization hub. The solution consolidates your data, which then enables your technology, your tools, your solutions, in which again you can greatly benefit from in your organization. There is also a rather big challenge with the distributed organizations. So many of you will be familiar with having an organization with people being spread across both countries and also continents. We also see now with many consolidations and mergers, there are large amounts of users, data and applications sitting distributed around the globe, having duplicates of data and no control of the value, and the data management can be quite messy, which is also a challenge, a big challenge. At the far right-hand side, we can see cloud strategy, and with the shift and the involvement of public cloud, a cloud strategy is crucial for any organization today. GeoCloud takes this into consideration and will incorporate and empower your cloud strategy. So GeoCloud can integrate with and optimize the IT solution you guys have today, or deliver according to your cloud strategy. So if the cloud strategy is to move to a public cloud scenario, that is something GeoCloud can join you on that journey. So GeoCloud is, in short, a petrotechnical desktop as a service. This means that your desktop data and all your petrotechnical applications, so that means the machine you have, you might be sitting today with a machine under your desk which has all of your different applications installed, and you have some data are placed in an archive, some data are placed on a storage solution somewhere that you don't control, and you also have some data and some duplicates on your own machine. That's okay, we all do it. So and that's placed, everything is kind of duplicated around on different machines. So what we then do is that we move all of those applications that you have on that machine, all of the data that you have on that machine, and same would go for your colleagues, and we move that into the cloud, so into GeoCloud, and then we enable access to those applications and that data from a cloud service. What that means is that you can, instead of being tied to the machine you have under your desk, you can reach the same data, the same applications that you are used to today to reach, but you can log on and use it from any device. So that means the machine under your desk on the office space, you can use the applications and data from there, but you can also use a laptop on your home setup and continue to use the same applications and data from there. On the left-hand side of the slide, people and users are the most valuable assets in a company. So by incorporating GeoCloud in your organization, you ensure that your users get the best possible experience. And we are proud to say that we'll do that by having the market's best EMP cloud solution. On the process side, GeoCloud as a service matches your organization's processes. So that means the processes you have in your organization for how to have solutions delivered to you is something that we will match, and we also deliver GeoCloud based on different frameworks that are well known. So ITIL is one of the frameworks. We have Scrum for product development. So it's all based on pillars on the process side as well. Technology is based on best-of-breed technology with a solid mix of Segal's own intellectual property, which then ensures that you get the best possible experience when you use the petrotechnical desktop as a service. Historically, GeoCloud has been adopted by customers who want to benefit from flexibility, scalability, and the performance of the solution, so that you actually move from the machine under your desk that's over to a cloud solution. That's well and good, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is that the performance is the way the end user expects. When we move the data and the applications, as we just discussed, into GeoCloud, this is what will be enabled for your company. So instead of being tied to the office space, you have a mobile workforce that can work either from the office space or from home. So during the COVID-19, this is obviously for all of our customers really beneficial, that we can continue to work at the down left-hand side from home office and continue to deliver value day in and day out. We see, however, that when we talked about flexibility, scalability, and performance, that is historically the reason GeoCloud has been adopted. We see now an increased focus on digitalization and the need to improve and increase efficiency. We see a change in adoption to meet these initiatives, and that is a big value add for GeoCloud, as GeoCloud can be a starting point for your digital transformation, because it accelerates digital transformation in E&P by making resource-intensive workloads available to the end user. And it fits in well as a starting point for an organization's digitalization process. We have a few key benefits that GeoCloud drives. So that is flexibility, collaboration, performance, and scalability. And first, we'll focus on flexibility. We have kind of 4 bullets on the flexibility here, with vendor agnostic as the first one. Access to data and applications, as we just discussed, from any device. That you can do cross-border collaboration, and that we have high availability offering in GeoCloud that protects your data and keeps information security at a max. When we say vendor agnostic, we have a privilege of saying and stating that the GeoCloud is the only vendor agnostic E&P cloud solution in the market. So other vendors, they tend to focus on a more limited scope of applications or business segments or workflows, and that allows GeoCloud to be in a space where we support any application from any vendor, having a mix of applications to facilitate your workflows and make every business segment able to influence, if you allow them to be able to influence the choice of applications for their business segment. An example would be that you can do interpretation in Petrel from Schlumberger, and you could do modeling in Decision Space from Halliburton. If that is the preferred choice for your end users, that is something that you can allow for with GeoCloud. It's also important to note that during these, at least pre-COVID-19, there was a big drive with digitalization, and when we are also vendor agnostic on the partner side. So that means if you have partner initiatives with digitalization, where you create some new software or you want to create some new value on top of your data, that is something that we are vendor agnostic on and can help drive that partnership to deliver the new services that you want to create. I mentioned the high availability offering. With GeoCloud, we provide high availability offerings, which then protects data integrity and information security. If you utilize this, what this slide means or shows is that it will not be a problem if an incident like we are experiencing now with COVID-19 to continue work from home, as the data is consolidated in the cloud. And if there is a situation in either countryside or for your office space, your people can move out of the office space and continue to work from home or some other business office, and continue to deliver value. When the situation then is back to normal, you can allow for your people to go back to the office space, and we just connect back, and GeoCloud is up and running from that office space again. So this is a big difference from having physical equipment in different office spaces around the globe. Here we just say and make what's best for the end users, and that is either from the office space or from home to continue to work if there are situations happening. We are over at the collaboration, and we do collaboration on the data after we move the data in. It's important to say that you have global access to the data and the application. That means that the access level for the data is set on a personalized access base. So that means that for me, Alexander, I will get access to the projects and the applications that my business manager says that I'm allowed to access, and the same would go for Arne Kristoffer, because it's personalized, but there is a global access control and also global access availability in the solution. So I just have a quick slide to show this. Based on who you are or what role you have is what access you get in GeoCloud. So we move all of the data, all of the projects, everything into GeoCloud, and after that merge of data, you can see on the left-hand side that John Doe, he has access down at the left-hand side to application A. So that's one application, and project one. So one specific project on the storage side. In the middle, Jane Doe, and Jane Doe has access to a different application and a different project. However, on the far right-hand side, we have Edwin Drake, who has access, because he is a geologist, he has access to both application A and B and project 1 and 2. So this can either be based on your name and who you are or the role you have in your company. We facilitate both. We are over at the third box, performance. So performance scaling, we say that that's based on the end user's needs, and that the workflow defines the resource availability. And I'll show some slides on this later on, but kind of on a high note is that not everyone needs a heavy workstation. So based on the role you have in the company, you have different requirements to what kind of resources you need to get your everyday work done. So what we have is and we can do this in any company today. We go in, we have our own IP, so we have an agent that that goes in and does mapping. So all of your workstations today, we install an agent. It tracks the usage of the machines for 2, 3, 4 weeks, and we can see just in the slides that based on the usage of the end user, we will do a mapping of how much resources you need. This ends up with an estimated amount of resources that the end user needs. So on the top right side of these slides, you can see Edwin Drake, he needs this amount of resources, CPU, memory, etc. And Jane Doe needs even much more resources than John Doe. So it ends up with a report like this. On the far right side, we can see this is actual numbers. It's not based on any feelings. So it's just a mapping of the end users you have today, the full environment, the full utilization of resources, and then at the right-hand side, we can see what types of resources that user needs to get the work done. And by that, when you move to the cloud, to GeoCloud, we know that the end user experience will be good. We are at scalability. That's last but not least. We have a global reach today of GeoCloud, which is all around the globe. So you can see Middle and South America on the left, and Southeast Asia as well on the right-hand side of the slide. And with the public cloud now in Azure, we see an even more possibility to scale due to the reach of the Azure regions globally. This allows for the companies to work from anywhere. With digital collaboration, which are really important these days, we can reduce the carbon footprint and be cost effective and energy efficient in your company. So we'll build a customer together before we head over to Stoffe, who will show us GeoCloud. So I'll just have a quick video of a customer being built. So it's important to say with the data rooms as well that we are seeing a drive for these days to have data rooms. GeoCloud is also provided as a data room. So for this customer, they have an Azure first strategy. They have their own Azure subscription, which is important for you out there who thinks that you already have an Azure tenant that you want to use. That's fine. We just incorporate with that tenant, so that is no blocker at all. And they are in need of an optimal environment for E&P. So we are in here. You can see I'm logged in. I'll say I want to build a new GeoCloud on Azure. So this could be a GeoCloud for your organization, or it could be a data room. The location is what I have to fill in on the left-hand side. There might be some approvers in the company. Luckily for us, I am the approver as well as the requester. The location is provided. For me in this video, I just put in West Europe. Could be anywhere, US, Asia, etc. We can have a mandatory comment for a PO. It's then sent. We can see the bell ring on top right corner. If we move over to see, it then starts to get built. We move over and follow the process of building the GeoCloud environment. We can go over to Azure. We can see it's starting to build up the solution. So this is in the Azure portal. We go back, it continues to build. And at the end of the day, we have a GeoCloud set up in Azure provided to us. Okay, Stoffe. Let's head over.
Thank you very much. I'm just opening my screen. Can everyone see my screen now, or can you, Alexander, see my screen?
Yep.
Very good. So thank you very much. I'll do a short brief as the user at the end. What's the reality of the user logging on to this one and working in this case in an Azure environment? Typically, as a user, you log on in the morning to your cloud portal. As you can see in front of you here, you have some opportunities to decide what's my key icons, what I usually work with. And I'm sitting in Oslo, Alexander is sitting in Stavanger. So I prefer to have the Oslo weather because it's a bit nicer than the Stavanger weather here in my portal. And I can then automatically say, okay, it's time to start work. So I access my work through my GeoCloud on Azure in this case. This could have been an on-prem solution as well, but we now are lucky and have the Azure solution, which I'm using now, among other things, to set up a data room for a potential client, or for a client worldwide in order to support them. You just select this one and you have a Citrix workspace that you log on to, and you then automatically end up in your Petrel world in this case. As I mentioned, this is a data room. You can see here that this is a GeoCloud on Microsoft Azure. What you can do in this case is that this is Petrel in the background here, and this is one of our toolboxes, Blueback toolboxes that I've been checking out some information with. But I just want to point out that you have access, it's vendor agnostic, and you really have access to any kind of applications you like, whether it's geoteric in this case, or it's paradigm applications, landmark, Schlumberger, everything is available within our GeoCloud solution. I'm sitting here then, and I'm working on a particular project. This is, by the way, for those Norwegians logging on here, this is the Volve field that Equinor shared with everyone for the digitalization process we're in. And you can go in here and you can easily just manipulate and work within the GeoCloud solution scanning data. Let's imagine a case when I'm sitting like this working, and I need another person in another region to get access to this data and have a look at this particular project. I can then go back to my portal, and in this case, I am actually administrator as well. So I can go in here and I can manage users. And here you see you have a set of users. Maybe I see that one of the users here need to be disabled because we don't need that particular user anymore. So I disable this particular user. And you get information that this particular user is disabled. But I would like to add another user because I need someone to look at this urgently. So I can then go easily in here and set up a new user where I have a username. And you just add in here the name of, and I apologize for the typo there. Since we're short on time, I'll just leave it. You fill in mails, you fill in information about departments, mobile phone, etc., etc. You can add a password. And make sure that it's consistent, the password you provide here. And I can go in, okay, I need this particular person to have the same access as I have as a user. So I select my access. This is the GeoCloud, and it's also, in this case, Petrel. And I go back here and add, and then just save this particular user. And I was supposed to get notes. I probably have to do here. So I apologize for that. Add, copy, and there you go. And save user. Close. And then we have a new user set up here, which then can get the same access as we had earlier. So it's easy to set up users when you need new users, and it's easier then to give these particular persons access to exactly the same data I'm working on within the project here. So this was just also, I hope you see it's reasonably, at least from my space, it's very smooth running through the data, looking at the data. There could be some line issues if you're far away, but it's really good. I think that was the short introduction to just showing the life of working with these things. I see there's one question here, if we can have this solution in Malaysia, and we definitely can have this solution in Malaysia. It's set up even through Azure data centers, or it's through on-prem solutions that we have with GeoCloud.
Yeah, can I fill in there, Arne? So for some countries, like for example Malaysia, there are some ties to data and data sovereignty. So for some locations, you are forced to kind of build a on-prem GeoCloud environment, but that is something we can do. So Malaysia would be one of those places where we can build a GeoCloud solution. Yes.
Are there any other questions you would like to ask? Feel free to contact our representatives in the different regions, or you can, of course, contact either Alexander or myself afterwards. Here's another question just coming up. Hold on, please. Is AD federation possible just to avoid manual user creations?
Yes, so we can do. We have many different setups. So federation would be one for the users. Yes. But that's a good question.
Okay.
As well. Yeah.
Unless there's any other questions, I would like to thank you all for participating in this webinar. Feel free, as Alexander said earlier, this will be shared on our YouTube channel afterwards, so you can access and look through the webinar. And you can also contact, as mentioned, any one of us afterwards if there's anything in particular. So thank you very much for participating, and looking forward to hearing from all of you.